2, 1. Yo! What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Moody, your coach of the Westchester Weavers, and today, we got a very special episode. This is a new season of JBA Season 5, Mr. G's Wild Ride, and we are going to break down all the teams, and today we also have two special guests. We have three-time JBA champion, the King L5. What up, homie?
Hey, that's me.
And then we have the commissioner, the founder, the name. You know it, Jade Hex. What up?
Hello. I have some explaining to do, but I'll do that later.
So Jade doesn't like any powerful drafts, so he was like, yo, we're going to change up the format a lot. So Jade, you want to explain to the people what you did to these drafts?
Yeah, okay. So I was like, I want to do something completely different, and the start of that is going to see there's no Mega Evolutions this season. So the change with that is, since Mega Evolutions aren't a thing in this season, it's kind of awkward to do the same kind of point style that we were doing, because that was almost entirely based on Megas. And the main reason why I did that is because I really don't like I just really don't like having that build around for a single Pokemon, where it's like you're every team is going to be built around like one of 20 Pokemon, and it's like 30 Pokemon, not even like. And I hate like how that was so centralizing, and I might bring them back for future seasons, but I just like. It seemed everything was looking too samey, and especially when I want lower tier stuff to be in the focus, having huge ass friggin' like strong Pokemon like Mega Medicham and Mega Charizard X. It's like really hard to even like remotely compete with that, and I never really liked Megas to begin with, so it's kind of
I mean,
on that front. But
Megas are definitely cornerstones of teams. When I always draft, I always think what Mega I'm going to build around first and foremost.
And there's just so few like team combinations. Like you're building around a Mega 90% of the time, generally. And I feel like that's too constricting for team building, especially when you want to get creative.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that in mind, it's not really a team. It's weird how I was basically going completely off script on like what kind of works now. Basically, how this draft works is you have no Megas, and because everything's kind of pair-based, it's really, really loose and liquid. It's just kind of everyone's required a tier 1 through 5, and then everything else is based on like pairs, basically. There's S tier picks like usual, but they're tied to tier 6s. So most teams do have an S pick, but they also have a tier 6, and that kind of you get a generally kind of similar power curve for most teams, except without a Mega. Basically, the Mega is like generally downgraded to a tier 1. I think is roughly.
Yeah. So
what
a
power
Mega
curve is.
So a Mega basically is like a tier S this season. Kind of.
Yeah, basically. And the power curve has been leveled down a little bit more, which I think is fine. I think the power curve isn't the problem with these drafts, but there's definitely some kind of recurring problems with the draft that I don't.
There is problems with these drafts.
It's going to be interesting to talk over them specifically.
Yeah. Time for Jade to roast everyone's drafts.
Get ready, people.
There's a couple that I like, but
you think you like your draft, but then you get hit with that Jade hammer. All right.
No, I think what I really like is a lot of coaches like their own drafts, which is like nice. They at least there isn't such a huge backlash. I mean, obviously people aren't used to not drafting with Megas, and I think that's a learning curve that needs to happen, because it's kind of weird. I don't know. I just really didn't like that everything was built around like a single Pokemon, and that single Pokemon was like so kind of defining for your entire draft. It's just kind of awkward, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into these drafts. So we're gonna start off.
Regardless, yeah.
We're gonna start off with we're gonna go in draft order. So we're gonna start off with the Polish Elves drafts, the Soviet Slowkings, and his draft consists of Heatran, Mandibuzz, Kyurem Regular, Rhyperior, Raichu, Tapu Bulu, Mienshao, Gengar, Hypno, Yanmega, and Wartortle. So right off the bat, L5. What are you thinking of? What do you think of the Polish elf? Think he did all right?
Oh, it's okie dokie, I guess. Like, you got War Turtle there as his bulky water, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But it seems like it's something that Polish would have fun with. I know he really likes a lot of those Pokemon,
Yeah.
and like he's been wanting to use Hypno, and I'm glad he got it.
Hypno has a lot of bulk to it.
I think Tapu Bulu in general
freaking
is
love
an
Hypno.
underwhelming Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't like Tapu Bulu.
I don't know. He kind of like I don't know. I've only seen a few people use it well, and most of the time people just kind of use it very poorly. Cleo had it last season. It's just kind of flat. But like I've seen like John use it to a decent effect, and that's about it basically. But
Yeah, Tapu Bulu is not really an easy mon to use in draft because it's bad speed, and then the 4x weakness as well. A little tough.
I don't think
I
it's the
think
4x weakness.
no, it's not really that. I kind of just feel like people aren't really using it as they would use it as they should be. Like it's, I don't know. I haven't seen it be used as anything other than like it has a lot more potential than it's being used from what I've been seeing right now. Basically,
I think it's extremely matchup reliant. Like, you're not going to be able to bring Tapu Bulu every single week, and for an S tier Pokemon, that's kind of not ideal. You want to get an S tier Pokemon that you can bring every week.
Yeah.
Like, that it's not going to have an awful matchup every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes it just gets ran through. And then with that S tier, the S tier is a lot of points.
there's no points.
Well, you know what I
If
mean.
there were points, like,
Yeah.
it would be expensive.
I actually think this is
Yeah,
I actually think this is Polish's best draft that he's had in JBA.
Historically, that's not saying much, though.
Yeah, but,
historically, all of his drafts have been pretty shitty on paper.
but like on paper,
I think it's okay that he has 110 as his cap, but his speed is a little awkward. But
I mean, he's got
It could
Gengar,
be worse.
he's got
it could be
Raichu,
worse. It could be a lot.
he's got Yanmega, and then Kyurem.
Yes.
Kyurem's 95. Who else? Mienshao. He's got some pretty fast mons. I feel like he's always
he goes 95, 105, 110, and then stops. With Raichu and Gengar being his fastest ones.
Something that kind of redeems his, like, not great speed tiers is the fact that he has a lot of really, really good Scarfers. Like Scarf Heatran, Scarf Kyurem. You can even go Scarf Mienshao, Yanmega with the speed boost as well. He has a lot of potential choice Scarfers where speed isn't really a huge issue. I
Yeah.
don't think.
And then that nice turn with Mandibuzz, Raichu, Mienshao. And Hypno doesn't learn Baton Pass, right? I don't think so.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it
Yes,
does.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so that's some nice slow turn too, with Mandibuzz and Hypno.
And he has the reliable rapid spin of War Turtle.
Yeah.
He really wanted Blastoise, and I think he has a video on that. He didn't get it.
Oh boy.
Fun fact:
Yes,
he did not get that Blastoise. He got War Turtle instead.
I wish he had a spiker or something other than. I think he only has Stealth Rocks for
that
hazards,
could
right?
work. I don't know. I like War Turtle, but it's so hard to justify War Turtle's spot on a team because Blastoise is hard to justify on a team, and this is Blastoise that's weaker and with less reliable, even less recovery, because he usually has to hold that Eviolite and not get blown out of the water.
Yeah.
I don't. How do you work with that?
I think something that would make this draft, like, really, really good in my eyes, at least, is replace Tapu Bulu with Ferrothorn. Like, I know that's like an S tier to a tier 2, but that gives him spikes. Also, the Ferrotran core is, like, really, really good.
He could have used Ferroseed again.
Yeah.
Probably could have.
Yeah.
Really easily.
I think Ferroseed got drafted, right?
Yeah, Toulon has it.
Yeah.
We'll get to him later.
Ferroseed is actually, I actually really like Ferroseed as like a value-based pick.
Yeah, really, he used it really well, I guess. Yeah, I think if you got Ferocity as well,
Yeah.
this team looks a lot better. I think Yanmega is kind of the weaker point from my perspective. We'll have to see how he uses Bulu, but Bulu does have potential. It's just I've never seen people use it correctly.
Yeah.
I think Yen Mega is like one of the best tier 4s. Or is it tier 3 now?
It's tier 4.
It's tier 4 right now. It's
I think
it's a
it's
hand
pretty
holder,
versatile.
But it's
Like
Yeah.
the speed boost set, and then you also have the tinted lens specs set, which actually has no switch-ins.
Yeah, Yan Mega's pretty good, and tier 4 is kind of a.
I really want to try it sometime.
I don't really like tier 4 as a tier, so it's like there's not a lot.
Blizzard's draft is a little special heavy outside of the Mian Chao and the Bulu. So
And Rhyperior.
Well, I mean, Rhyperior, yes, but it's hard to call like Rhyperior physical threat. It's like there, but it's also going to be taking a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And it's weak to everything. You know what I mean? It's like, and even then, if you include Mian Chao, Tapu Bulu, and Rhyperior, that's still 3 out of 11 that can feasibly run physical sets. Raichu could also feasibly run a physical set, but it's not very good.
Hey, watch out for that choice banded word.
Like, it's a little special heavy. It's not a fallacy. It's not fallacious to say that Polish draft is special heavy right now.
I also think kind of a problem with this team a little bit. I mean, like, if you're prepping for it, like, I'm just thinking about it right now. Like, who are you most scared of? Like, who do you think is going to run through your team? You know what I mean? Like, Gengar?
Gengar, Kyurem, maybe.
Kyurem?
That's about it.
Yeah.
Lulu isn't, like, really the run-through team. Run-through Pokemon.
I guess Yan Mega to a degree. Like, if you get to that point where Yan Mega comes in and just cleans up.
But then again, they're all special threats. Like, if you have one really, really good special wall,
you're
kind of less scared.
Just bring a Blissey, man.
Yeah, just bring a Blissey. And then he only has Mian Chao and Tapu Bulu to potentially handle that.
Hey.
Wait, I'm just looking at it. Does Skarm Bliss actually wall his entire team?
It would have to be like...
I guess a Banded Mian Chao can break Skarm.
Yeah, I think Banded Mian Chao's high jump kick, if he hits...
Yeah, if he hits 2.
Yeah, and the Skarm doesn't have Protect. The Skarm would have to have Protect to not be completely blown out of the water by Banded Mian Chao.
Yeah, so Dougie, if you're listening, that's what you gotta run.
Okay.
Right.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Dougie actually drafted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dougie has Skarm Bliss.
Yeah.
We'll get to him later because he is our wheel pick again.
Yeah.
Might as well move on to our second pick, right?
Yeah, we have with our next coach, we have FC Byron Mudkip, coached by Mix, his third rebrand in JBA.
Yeah, just rebrands. They're all Germans. It's the third rebrand, second time being FC Bayern Munich. Sure, I don't care. I don't care anymore.
So
let him do whatever he wants.
He's got a pretty interesting draft.
He's got the FC Bayern Mudkips.
Mudkips, yeah. But he's got a pretty interesting draft.
The first one was Metagross, and it was also the same pun team. Whatever.
Right. Yeah. Never mind.
But he's got a pretty interesting draft though, with Volcanion, Florges, Jolteon, Komala, Masquerain, Garchomp, Conkeldurr, Bisharp, Talonflame, Sableye, and Scyther.
Rocks aren't a thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, not at all.
And then
rocks are not a thing. Just assume they're not there, and rocks are not a thing.
So this
Volcanion, Masquerain, Talonflame, and Scyther all are at least 2 times weak to rocks.
Yeah, this team's a little awkward in terms of like
hazard stack plus any ghost type is just gonna destroy this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have a fun day. He doesn't even have a poison type to absorb toxic spikes. You could literally just do anything and have a nice field day with this team. This would probably be my bottom, near bottom, pretty much my bottom tier.
Yeah, how's
in this case probably?
How is he getting rid of hazards at all?
He has Kamala.
Oh, I guess you're right.
And Defog on Masquerain, and maybe Scyther.
Yeah, Defog Scyther. Defog Talonflame.
So Talonflame has the Sableye to bounce back the hazards.
Talonflame does not have Defog. He can have Magic Coat on none of these Pokemon get Magic Coat, do they? Sableye gets Magic Coat.
Is Mega. Sableye is Mega.
I think Sableye does get Magic Coat, so that's something.
Call it a Mega Sableye.
This team
would have to see his games, because if he doesn't get fucked by hazards every single week, his first 2 weeks are going to be very exciting.
Yeah, this team's. I wish Mix. I was looking at this team and I was like, does he have Trick Room? Because like, I really wish he had Trick Room on this team.
Well, Sableye can learn Trick Room.
Can it?
I'm sure. I'm sure it can.
Yeah, but I mean, I wish he got like a more reliable Trick
No,
Room
he
setter.
cannot. No, he cannot.
Oh, there you
I
go.
learned something today.
Yeah, because I really wish he had Trick Room for Conkeldurr, Bisharp, and then even Volcanion to a degree.
Yeah, this team is kind of missing some crucial things. Like your Steel type is Bisharp. That's not a bulky Steel.
Your Dragon is Garchomp, right? So there's no Grass type, right? Yeah, there's no Grass type.
Yeah.
Your Fire is your Fire Water, no Grass core is Volcanion. Hey, Talonflame barely counts as a Fire Water Grass
There's no
core.
Psychic type either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's I think
a lot of things missing.
He got a lot of Quad Rock Reek flying type setup sweepers. He's got so many of those.
And Volcanion.
He's got Sticky Webs.
Volcanion's a cool mon, though. I'll say that.
I think Volcanion's a cool mon. I'm just kind of flabbergasted it's on this kind of really awkward team. The only Pokemon that dodge spikes are 4 times hit by rocks.
Yeah, and then I mean, kind of weird speed tiers as well.
Kamala dodges toxic spikes, and that's about it. And so does Bishop.
His fastest mon is Jolteon, and Jolteon's kind of I don't know how you guys feel about Jolteon.
I'm fine with Jolteon in general.
I like Jolteon. It's a cool.
I think
Pokemon.
Jolteon's fine.
I don't really like Jolteon personally as a mon. I'm more of a
really big speed gap from Masquerain to Garchomp.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed gap issues. Like you have Jolteon. This is kind of the general problem with a lot of these drafts. You have like one really fast over 100 mon, or in this case 2, and then 100, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not really like helpful because then you're in the range of like 115 going, oh fuck, I'll just run Modest. I can't outspeed your 120 something anyway, so I'll just like.
Yeah, to be honest, versus this team, if I had a base 100 Pokemon, I'd run Adamant or Modest and then creep Volcanion. Like, you get the Adamant or Modest, and you get some bulk off of that as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot of awkward issues with speed and rocks. Yeah. I don't know. This is probably the worst draft. Usually that's reserved for Matt or Tom, but like this is not a very good draft at all.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Matt, he is next in our order with the Arizona Diancie backs. And he has Terrakion, Hippowdon, Tentacruel, Delphox, Licky, Celesteela, Shaman, Haxorus, Rotom Heat, Hitmonchan, and Mr. Mime. Now,
sorry, Z moves were a thing. I forgot to mention Z moves for the other mons. For Polish's team, his Z mons are the Z rules is you get 1 from tier 5 and 6, 1 from tier 3 and 4. Or tier 3 through 4, I think, and 1 from tier S to 2. Polish had Kyurem, Raichu, and Gengar. Pretty straightforward.
Who did Mix?
Mix has Talonflame, Masquerain, and Garchomp, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for his team.
And now that we're at Matt, he does have Z Terrakion, which is scary.
Yeah.
Z Haxorus, which has untapped potential. Z Dragon move from a Haxorus does a lot of damage and doesn't lock you into Outrage.
It does do a lot of damage.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
This just in, base 147 attack plus base 200 base power move does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
Mr. Mime, which is, he has a lot of coverage. That's all I'm gonna say about Z Mr. Mime.
Yeah. Well, I think Matt actually has one of the best drafts. I like that draft a lot.
I think Matt's, it's a little on the slow side, but it has a lot of power and a lot of fat.
Yeah, he's got the god Celesteela, and then
I really like his defensive core of Tentacruel, Celesteela, Shaman, Hippowdon, Licky, Rotom Heat. He has a lot of fat stuff.
Yeah,
it's all like synergistic stuff too for the most part.
Licky
like
is great on this team.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of really good defensive synergy here. And his offense, it's Terrakion. His offense is basically Terrakion.
And Haxorus.
But, yeah, Haxorus too. Terrakion and Haxorus.
Can also be Scarf.
Yeah, but, okay, it's not really generally considered as offense. You're relying on Terrakion for a lot of your offense, but
yeah.
And Delphox and, Haxorus, they're all kind of hovering around the same speed tier. I'd like if he had one really fast mon. Maybe if he got a decently powerful electric. I gather he was sniped on something. I don't remember. So he got Rotom instead, I think, is the story that I'm remembering. I think he wanted Galvantula.
Yeah, like Galvantula.
That actually does not help his speed tiers whatsoever, but it's a little slow, but it hits like a truck and it's really good defensively. So, you need like a really fast stall breaker mon, I guess, would be like what you try and beat this team with. But I don't see a very easy way of
stall break versus Licky though, because it's immune to taunt.
Yeah. There's a lot of people will have a hard time breaking through Matt's defensive core.
Yeah,
it's pretty fat.
The Hippowdon
Tentacle. You can
Tentacruel.
always have the win condition in like SD Terrakion.
Or even just Rock Polish with Z Terrakion. It has very few checks outside of just revenging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hippowdon Tentacruel core is a very popular core in UU. I've used it on a couple teams. It's pretty good in terms of them together. And then
for sure.
But,
and I mean, you can't liquid use the Celesteela when you also have the Tentacruel.
Yeah.
I think one of the best ways that Matt can use this draft is as like a semi-stall plus like one or two offensive threats. So like you have all the fat Pokemon and then you have your win conditions.
Yeah. Like he'll bring like Terrakion Haxorus or like Terrakion Delphox or Terrakion Mr. Mime. And then like 4 walls. Pokemon.
Yeah, that's... Or, hey, bring offensive Celesteela.
Exactly. He has a lot of setup options with Haxorus, Terrakion, and Celesteela. Mr. Mime, technically, it's a nasty plot, but Mr. Mime's Mr. Mime. I'll be surprised if he does something cool with Mr. Mime, but Mr. Mime has a very, very interesting way to be cool with it, because it has a lot of cool stuff.
Mr. Mime is a really cool mon. I picked it up Season 1 of JBA, and I was
he has a lot of toys, especially with Z moves now, because he has a lot of weird-ass coverage.
Yeah. It would have been interesting if he had gotten, like, instead of Mr. Mime, maybe, like, some, like, Jump Love to help with speed a little bit.
Jump Love. I don't know. I wouldn't like Jump Love here.
Just 110?
I thought it was 114.
I thought it was like 120. I'm not too...
Yeah. I can check right now. Yeah, it's 110.
Oh, it's 110? I thought it was faster.
I did too.
I thought I got him burdened too, but I saw it tonight and I was like, oh, it doesn't get him burdened.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Matt's team. Matt claims he's winning the season, and this is probably his best draft he's ever made. So
that's because money helped him with it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He's actually been playing well. He's been playing well lately in other leagues too. So
yeah, so if this is a season for Matt, it's his to lose because his draft looks pretty damn good.
Hashtag Team Matt. Let's go. All right. Now we're moving on. We're going to West Virginia, to home of the West Virginia Wingles, coached by Fancy, and he's got a team of Tornadus, Therian, Tangrowth, Donphan, Skunktank, Haunter, Tapu Koko, Cobalion, Incineroar, Tyrantrum, Slowking, and Ariados. Now,
his Z-Mons being the Tornadus, Haunter, and Cobalion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like this team, but
I don't really like this team at all.
I kind of like this team, but I don't like that a lot of his Pokemon have a really slow speeds.
Yeah.
Like he has.
This team
is half of his team is like below 60, I think, roughly, or hovering around there.
And then it's Coco and
he doesn't have any big jumps though.
Yeah, it's a smooth curve, but it starts out pretty slow, right?
Yeah. Ariados is pretty slow though, right?
Cobalion.
Yeah, I've never got to see Z Cobalion do a lot, but I've never seen it in action. But I'm really excited to see what it can do.
It's like one of the best Z move users in UU right now.
Interesting. What is it? Just like what?
Z close combat.
Just set up and hit really hard or something, or?
Yeah, you have the all-out pummeling, which actually breaks pretty much everything in the tier.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
Not bad.
And then
I wouldn't have thought Cobalion would be one of those standout Z mons, but I just having more power on a really good typing is all you need.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. It has really good defense, and like 90 attack isn't good, but when you sword stance and you have the Z all-out pummeling, it just hits incredibly hard. It's able to break through its own counters, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
One thing is, I think I would definitely put the Z move on Tapu Koko for my tier S2.
Yeah, maybe because I really like Z Mirror move, and I think that's a cool move. That's like the coolest thing ever.
But I was thinking more like the Guardian of Alola is basically a free kill. You have the Gigavolt Havoc, incredibly hard, Twinkle Tackle, things like that.
Yeah.
But Z Mirror move.
Then Z Supersonic Sky Strike from Coco.
Oh yeah, definitely the Brave Bird.
Yeah. I don't know. This team, for me, I feel like there's not a lot of, like... I mean, I guess, like, Tyrantrum, but, like, I feel like there's not a lot of, like, win con mons, if that makes sense. There's a lot of good
Cobalion, Tapu Koko, Tornadus.
But I feel like those mons are more, like... I feel like those mons are, like, middle of the game mons, not, like, really end game mons. You get what I'm saying?
No.
He has the Tyrantrum.
Tyrantrum's a pretty win game mon, too. You rock polish and then you kill everything.
Sunny Day Tangrowth with Chlorophyll. There's your sweeper.
Yeah.
He has a couple win con mons. He doesn't really have a lot of setup options, but...
Yeah, that's more what I was thinking of. I don't know. I'd always think of Torrentee as, like, kind of like early game, mid game kind of mon. And then, like...
I think of it as either a pivot or a breaker.
Yeah.
With Life Orb and Assault Vest.
I usually see it as like a kind of like an attrition mon, like you'll do a lot of damage, and if you can do that consistently enough, like the rest kind of
eventually break down the walls,
and you'll keep having a Tornadus at decently full health, and as long as you can keep that thing up, it's always going to be like a persistent threat, and that's like a win con kind of in itself, kind of in the sense of you just have a persistent damage threat up all the time, basically, and it's all decently fast to begin with.
Yeah. I like what you said with it's a good attrition mon. That's a good way to describe Torrentee. It's like, I don't know. But like I'm just looking at his draft and I'm like, if I was like prepping, it doesn't matter what kind of team I had. I would just like not be like, oh shit, like I got to play this mon this week. Like this is this is a headache, you know? Like this mon, like
I mean, Torrentee, if it hits Hurricanes, like it can break through pretty much any Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just I've had bad experiences.
Like there's some matchups where it'll just kill every single Pokemon.
Yeah,
like Torrentee like wins games easily if it hits Hurricanes, but
if it hits,
and that's another thing. Like that's another thing I like about Z Tornadus. Just it has a lot of weird coverage, and it helps like handle its checks a lot better. With like you can get Bloom Doom on it, you can get all-out pummeling on it, you can get freaking Corkscrew Crash on it, you can get so many moves that it already gets, but like with the power to break mons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they say. Torrentee wins the game 70% of the time.
Hey, if it's Supersonic Sky Strike, it's 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of like this team.
He has the nice regen core as well.
Yeah, he also has like a really amazing horror with he has Torrentee, Tangrowth, and Slowking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 regens. That's pretty nice.
It's like a very good attrition team. Like he will wear your team down and then like get Cobalion in or Coco and just kind of like keep spamming moves until you're done. It's usually what I'll see as games play out from basically looking at this.
Yeah, he's got pretty good momentum.
I don't know. I think I like what I think I just kind of like this team. What do you think, L5?
I think it's all right.
I think it's in the upper half.
My favorite draft, but I think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. As Torrentee really hasn't been drafted at all, right? Like maybe once.
L5 had it and
dropped it.
And then he's like, "Fuck this, Mega Pidgeot."
And I dropped it.
He's like, "Fuck this, Mega Pidgeot." That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna miss Hurricanes again.
Yeah.
That's why Mega Pidgeot is like the best flying type.
Oh yeah, no guard
I
hurricane.
wouldn't say
That's
the
wild.
best flying type, but the best special flying type.
Yeah.
There's like two. There's Torti and Pidgeot and Pheasant, and that's basically all of them.
Yeah, I drafted Mega Pidgeot in the EBT as well for this season.
Fantastic.
I want to draft Mega Pidgeot.
What's our next draft?
All right, our next is the other wonder from Germany. We got Toulon, coach of the FC Viper 04, and he's got
Toulon always has cool drafts.
Yeah, and this is no exception. He's got Salamence, Nidoqueen, Blastoise, Scrafty, Ferroseed, Raikou, Alolan Marowak, P2, Ninetales, Alolan Form, Tornadus Incarnate, and Zangoose. Now, I really like this draft.
Being Salamence, Tornadus, Incarnate, and Zangoose.
Yeah, I really like this draft. It's pretty sweet. It's got Salamence, which is an excellent Zmon user, and then who else? Who did he? I'm sorry, Jade.
Tornadus.
Tornadus.
Oh, and Tornadus.
Tornadus. For the same reasons we said before, Tornadus Therian also applies to Tornadus non-Therian. He has a lot of coverage.
I think it applies better to the Incarnate form because
he's better mixed stats, right?
Yeah, Torn T isn't actually as strong as Torn I. Torn I is way stronger, so you don't really need the Life Orb boost for your coverage. So you can just have the Supersonic Sky Strike and still hit really hard with Heat Wave, Sludge Wave, etc.
And I think Zangoose is actually really cool. If you looked at Zangoose's move pool, it has lots of stupid coverage.
Yeah.
I think the
not fast enough.
is always going to be worse than Toxic Orb.
Pretty much always, but it has a surprise factor of basically the same Zangoose moveset, but I do agree it is.
Like, an all-out pummeling from close combat is going to do less than a toxic boost close combat.
I'm just saying, like Zangoose has stupid random special coverage and like Ice Beam, Flamethrower, kind of weird shit like that. It can catch people off guard for sure.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I really like Scrafty. I want to see it like used, like actually well, you know. And I feel like Toulon has some tricks up his sleeve with Scrafty. It's pretty cool mon that learns Dragon Dance like randomly. It's one of the most.
It has cool abilities, right? It has Shed Skin, Intimidate, and Moxie.
Yeah, 3 really good abilities. And then he has like Scrafty also. I mean, like there's no HP Fairy, so you don't have to worry about like getting hit by like one of those. I mean, a lot of like random mons learn Dazzling Gleam, but like besides that, like you're not really worried about too much. If you get 1 Dragon Dance up, you could be in really good shape or in trouble.
You really need 2 Dragon Dances to outspeed things though, because it's like really slow.
It's base 55, 56.
Is it really that slow? I thought it was like 70.
It's very slow.
Damn.
I really like the Spadef curse set with Rest, Shed Skin.
Oh yeah.
It gets curse.
Yeah.
What?
Not curse.
Bulk up. I'm like, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Like, well, what?
Yeah.
Alright, it does get bulk up, so it's better.
And he does have
like, no, it doesn't get cursed. This is bullshit.
And he does have Trick Room potential with P2, so he could help out with those.
And Alolan Marowak, one of the best Trick Room sweepers in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Porygon 2 could set Porygon 2 could set the Trick Room for Alolan Marowak and Scrafty. They could just run wild.
Yeah.
And even like a slow Nidoqueen can definitely benefit from that.
Yeah. Yeah, Nidoqueen.
Yeah, for sure.
Nidoqueen's a great mon.
He has some decent, I think. And also, he has options in Aurora Veil. He doesn't really have much in terms of setup sweeping outside of Salamence. But Aurora Veil into Salamence is definitely very threatening as well.
Yeah.
And also Subcall Mind Raikou, which is like its best set on the ladder.
Yeah. I kind of wish he got a low end Sand Slash, even though it's kind of buns.
Gimmicky.
It's kind of gimmicky, but like I always love seeing Slush Rush. I always love seeing like Weather Sweeps for some weird reason. But
like maybe over Zangoose. I don't know if it's in the same tier.
I think it is.
It's even lower. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't like Alolan Sand Slash at all.
Zangoose is 5, and then Alolan Sand Slash is I think 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Zangoose in general. It's very ow, but it doesn't last for very long.
Yeah.
But it is very ow, and it also has Scarf Final Gambit if you really want to have fun with it.
Yeah, pretty good defensive core too.
Toulon is no stranger to the Scarf Final Gambit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
His mascot's the Viper, being the
I
node.
think this is a very fun team. I don't really have it much to complain about it, to be honest.
Yeah, his walls are pretty good. He's got Porygon too.
It's ticking a lot of boxes.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing maybe would be like a Wish Passer. Like, I mean, I know Salamence gets Wish, but that's not really like a Wish Passer.
Mence is the Wish Passer of the day.
Yeah. And then Hazard
What do you
removal.
think, L5? Hello?
L5, you still there?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think?
What do you think of Toulon?
I think it's an okay draft. Not my favorite, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun to see.
One thing I did notice is, I mean, his only hazard removal option really is kind of Blastoise. Salamence too, I guess, but you don't really want to defog on Salamence. So
Yeah.
he might be forced to bring Blastoise every week, which could, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to bring every week.
Well,
but
I mean,
it's not the most ideal.
not every team has hazard stacking, and his team isn't necessarily super rocks weak. It has a couple flying
not
guys.
to the same extent
as Mix's team,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Well,
but that can be said about literally every draft.
Yeah, I mean, Torn Eye, Alolan Marowak, Salamence, none of them really want to come on rocks.
Yeah, but I mean, like, his team isn't, like, super duper rocks weak.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. All right, let's go on to the next draft. And then for the next draft,
I think it's a toddler.
Yes, it is a toddler, a person who is like 12, and he is a coach of the New Zealand Zoroarks. He has Landorus Therian, Togekiss, Serena, Sneasel, Kangaskhan, Infernape, Vaporeon, Necrozma, Electabuzz, Escavalier, and Omastar. And, well, look at...
moves being Lando T, Sneasel, and Omastar.
Yeah. Z-Lando T, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, Z-Lando T is a beast. I am so upset that I picked up Lando T late last season that I couldn't have a Zmon on it because Jade doesn't allow Zmon changes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a relatively important decision.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick Raikou last year as a Zmon because I was like, yo, this Mon is gonna get dropped for something. But yeah, so this draft is pretty cool draft. Landorus Therian, definitely a big boost with the Zmons. And then, you know, Infernape, cool mons like Infernape, Togekiss. Escavalier, interesting mon.
He has some wish spam.
Yeah, he's got wish spam.
With Kang and Vaporeon.
Yeah, he's been...
And Togekiss.
And Togekiss. Yeah, so...
you know his team's going to be healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have many...
He can run Fat Lando and, like, just keep wish passing to it and not have to worry about it getting whittled down.
And not only does he have Wish Pass, he does have multiple Heal Bell users with Togekiss and Vaporeon, so he doesn't have to throw Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, and one move on, like...
Does Serena get aromatherapy, too?
It does.
It does, yeah. Does Kangaskhan get
also
Heal Bell?
redundancy, which is nice. He has decent momentum. He has U-turn on Serena, Lando. He has Volt Switch on Electabuzz. He also has Baton Pass on the Togekiss and Vaporeon.
Yeah. Does the Omastar learn Rapid Spin?
Yes. No, he learns Spikes.
He learns Spikes.
It's the Hazard Stack Mon.
It's the Hazard Stack Mon. It has Spikes and Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks.
Okay.
But it doesn't have Rapid Spin. I'm thinking Cloyster.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this draft, I mean, it's okay, but, I mean, speed is a little weird. I mean,
isn't it, like, pretty even across the board? I thought his speed was decent.
Fine.
The speed is fine.
Sneasel being...
He has 115 to 108 to 105 to 91. That's a big jump. Pretty big jump.
It's not enough to run a boosting nature, though.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's
just under.
Yeah. 91, then 90, then 80. Yeah, it's a pretty even curve, to be honest. It's a lot more even than a lot of other drafts, to be honest.
To be honest?
To be honest.
TBH.
I mean, to be honest, yeah.
to be honest.
I'm excited to see.
Why didn't the Scavalier get Gyro Ball? It has 20 base speed.
Oh, really? It doesn't learn Gyro Ball or Gyro Ball?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It would hurt.
Yeah, I wish he had. I don't know. I was gonna say an Icemon can kind of against Lando, Togekiss, and Serena. Yeah, but then he's got Infernape and then Vaporeon. So
he has a lot of power. He's got actually other Leo in TBU had that same core of Landorus, Infernape, and Necrozma.
Yeah.
All the noise. There's so many noise.
Yeah, Necrozma should be an interesting mon. I haven't seen too much of it in League, but I know it's like
a lot of people are bad with it.
Yeah, it's not.
I know early Sun Moon, people are like, Necrozma's broken, guys. It's busted, and like, it's not that broken, to be honest.
But it's good in the right hands.
Still really good. It's basically just Cresselia on steroids.
Yeah, it's a more offensive Cresselia.
It's Cresselia on steroids with rocks and also like better setup options and mix and a lot of happy. A lot of very good happy things.
Yeah, and a very good ability with Prism Armor, which is basically filter.
Yeah, filter.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Psychic types are really good.
Yeah, I can't really think of like.
Is this in your upper echelon of kind of okay teams, L5?
Yeah, I like this one actually. It has the nice breakers of like Infernape, Lando with Z moves, and then like a decent cleaner with Sneasel, as well as a lot of fast stuff that'll be hard to break.
And a lot of momentum too. It's a really nice
I like
draft.
this team.
Leo's definitely stepped up his game from every other draft that I've seen from him in the past.
Yeah, he's gotten better. He's gotten pretty good at drafting though.
Yeah, he's gotten really good at draft league since like.
No, I mean, but just in drafting, like drafting a team.
I guess the last season of SSL.
Remember him in what is it, season 2 that he joined?
No, he was around season 1.
Yeah, he was
the first. There. Yeah, he was there. Yes, he was.
Yeah, I played him week 1.
Nice.
How do you not remember
him back
you
then?
Were there. Yeah,
I was there.
He was a lot. He was
a while ago though.
He was less than a year ago. He was a lot worse.
He's gotten really good, to be honest.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably most improved person I've ever seen from this amateur stuff. L5 was always good. He can get better.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah. He's only got 3. I mean, like, he's improved since the first season from not getting a title to getting all the titles.
Well,
hey, I'm working on it.
That means I went down in quality from first season getting all the titles to not getting any of the titles.
I think we're all in agreement that we really like Leo's draft, and yeah.
All right, excited to play that week 1. All right, next draft. Next draft, we have Money Guy 959, coach of the Washington Wish Cashes.
That's my boy.
Shout out to Money, make it rain. Make it rain like the Seattle Rain. He's got a cool draft with Sylveon, Superior, Swampert, Bronzong, Electivire, Latios, Darmanitan, Honchkrow, Acelgor, Toxicroak, and Avalugg.
I hate Avalugg.
Jade,
I
was going to ask you for your
take on Avalugg. Stupid. The stupid Pokemon.
After Money made his pick, I actually asked him if you had PM'd him, just yelling at him for drafting Avalugg.
No, I hate Avalugg. I hate it so much.
I know.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well,
like, I get it.
Why do you hate Avalugg?
The slow ice type that's supposed to be a wall, and it's not.
Even though ice is like the worst defensive typing.
It is literally the worst defensive typing.
Jade, do you know why he picked Avalugg?
To piss me off.
Rapid spin.
Because we were playing Battle Factory the night before, and we got PU a bunch of times, and whoever had Avalugg just walled the entire person's team.
Damn.
Shut up. I have a feeling Fire Blast is very good versus Avalugg. On basically anything.
Nah. The thing is, we didn't get any Pokemon with Fire Blast or any special coverage at all.
think Toxicroak's a cool mon. Money Z-mons are the Electivire, the Latios, and the Toxicroak. First time seeing Toxicroak like ever.
Toxicroak,
see Toxicroak. Ooh.
I was thinking about drafting Toxicroak or Toxicroak this season. It's pretty cool mon, and it was tier 4. So pretty good value for a mon that's like got a pretty interesting typing with poison fighting. And a nice ability in water absorb.
It's dry skin.
Or dry skin. Well, same thing.
Same thing.
Kind of.
No. It gives him a fire weakness. It's worse.
Same thing.
Yeah. But, but still, I mean, if you get like an SD up with Toxicroak and then go SD Sucker Punch.
Or a Nasty Plot.
Yeah, or a Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot Vacuum Wave.
And it actually has a decent speed. I thought Toxicroak was a lot slower.
Yeah, what is it?
85 is pretty okay.
Yeah, it's 85.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was able to get Superior at tier 2, which I was like, I didn't realize until like in the middle of we're drafting that Superior was tier 2. And I was like, oh man, I would have thought about it more.
Okay, Jade, I heavily disagree with Superior and Shaman being in the same tier.
That is your fault.
How's it my fault?
So, you were one of the people that convinced me to Superior down in the first place.
And I was like, yeah, you should move Shaman down, though, to tier 3, because you had it in tier 2 for the thing. And I was like, nah, man. And then you kept it in tier 2.
Yeah, and because everyone else who saw it was like, yeah, Shaman shouldn't be in tier 3.
Anyways, guys, I gotta go.
Oh, alright. See you, dude.
Okay, bye.
See you. I'll be sure to watch the video, see what I missed.
You're next, buddy. You're next.
Oh, boy. Can't wait to get roasted. See ya.
Alright, see ya. Alright.
Okay, back to the draft. What do you think about it?
I kind of like it, but I think there is definitely a speed problem. I think with Latios being his fastest mon, then I think it goes...
Excelgor.
Excelgor, yeah.
By a little bit. Just a little bit. Just 35 speed.
Yeah, well, Excelgor and Latios, and then after that, it kind of drops down to sub 100, right?
Yeah, it's Excelgor, Superior 113, and then Latios, and then... what does it go to? It goes from Latios to 95.
Yeah, it goes to Darmanitan. And Darmanitan, you're pretty much going to know it's going to be run Scarf, like, probably like 6 times out of 10. Even more, 7, 8, 9 times out of 10. I mean...
It can... If speed tiers work, running an Apocalypse Darmanitan has value. Where you just run, like, Life Orb Darmanitan and end faces.
What I hope Money does with this draft, I hope he runs Trick Room Explosion with Bronzong and then uses it to go into Honchkrow. Or even Banded Darn.
Honchkrow should have been a Z-Mon. Z-Honchkrow is cool too. I love Z-Honchkrow.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm excited to see Z-Honchkrow. Honchkrow in general is a mon
it's not Z-Honchkrow. It's just normal Honchkrow. But Honchkrow is a cool mon.
I've always wanted to use Honchkrow, but since I like draft Mandibuzz too much, like I'm just like I already have a Dark Flying type. I don't want to draft another. Like, but it's definitely a cool mon with like.
It's got a lot of power in it. It's capability to run mixed. I don't think it has a way to boost its speed outside of Z moves. Not positive.
Unless does it get like Tailwind?
But
it's pretty frail though, right?
It's very good offensive stats. It has basically no defenses.
Yeah.
52 in each with base 100 HP.
Yeah. Then mons like Superior. I think Superior is probably a really good value at 2. I mean, I remember I was shitting on it earlier when I had it in this tournament, but I like it. I mean, I like it as like a kind of like it can overwhelm a team pretty quickly if you're not ready for it. And then Latios just hits like a truck, and it's just good mod in general.
Very true.
Very good.
It's not one of my favorite drafts. I hate Avalugg. I very hate Avalugg.
Yeah.
I don't like that all of his defensive mons are like 60 or less. That's an issue for me. I don't like that Sylveon, Swampert, Bronzong, and Avalugg are basically defensive core, and they're all 60 or less. That's like wall breaker speed creep territory where you can just like Empour outspeeds them naturally, and Empour is ow.
Yeah, he's gonna have to run a lot of like Wish Protect on Sylveon, which is not like necessarily a bad thing, but like you kind of want to. Sylveon can do a little more than Wish Protect.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Sylveon's a really good wall breaker too, as well. It's just I hate that I hate when you don't have diversity in your wall speeds. Like I hate when I really hate when that's a thing, because when all your walls can be outsped by like one wall breaker or something like that, you have an issue. Either you have to run a lot of speed in your walls, which is bad, because that's a lot of speed in your walls, and they're not good, being good as walls if they're like that, or if they're just outsped by all your wall breakers just innately. It's just like an issue. Like a lot of decent wall breakers don't have to run that much investment to outspeed your walls, or you have to speed creep your walls, and then they're not as bulky and blah. It's awkward that they're all 60 or less for the most part.
Yeah, I wish he had like a couple more ways, a couple more hazards. Like
I mean, he has Excelgor.
I always keep on forgetting Excelgor for like speed and hazards. I don't know what's going on with me, but I mean, Excelgor, I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of Excelgor, even though it is fast. It's just like
I think Excelgor also has lots of potential as a Zmon too, I guess.
What is
he has decent coverage and he's really fast, but he's weak.
Yeah. What does Z final Gambit do?
It's probably just some really janky fighting move. I'll look up pummeling. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like 100 base power fighting type move.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah.
But all out pummeling, but final Gambit's an option.
Yeah. I mean,
some weird mons.
I'm not a big fan of like suicide lead mons. I mean, I know.
Oh, it's 180.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a 180 fighting type move.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. But I don't know. It's an interesting team. I don't know how.
It's interesting. It's probably like middle of the pack, roughly, in my book.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree with that.
I guess we get to move on to L5 and his draft.
Yes, L5, coach of the Oakland Rosa Raiders, and he's got a cool team of Thunderous Incarnate, Goodra, Disudai, Slurpuff, Buffalant.
Can you say that again?
Decidueye. I'm never going to be able to say that. Decidueye. Desudai. Slurpuff. Buffalant. Greninja Torrent.
Slurpuff, Buffalant, Greninja, Registeel, Mew, Marowak, Alomomola, and Emboar.
Now, this team, it's kind of interesting. Like Slurpuff, very good win con mon.
He has a lot of very like powerful wall breakers and a lot of potential sweepers. Yeah. And his Fire Water Grass is pretty darn good in Decidueye, Greninja, Emboar.
Yeah,
there's a lot of momentum there, a lot of power potentially, and like a lot of shenaniganry you can do with Decidueye.
Yeah, Goodra. I'm a big fan of Goodra, especially Goodra kind of shuts down Grass mons. And then Thunderous Incarnate.
So does Buffalant.
Yeah, same way. He's got 2 Sap Sippers. And then, Greninja Torrent, very fast mon, really good hazard stacker too. Registeel really just can be overwhelming with the curse set. Alomomola, a mon that L5 is very experienced with. So it is what it is. It's just a bulky water, Wish Pass, and kind of just.
I really like having a bulky water and an offensive water. That frame really works really well with me. I saw Paul use it in TBU, and he's their champion. So pretty darn good, right?
Yeah. Offensive what? People usually just either pick one offensive water or 2 or 1 bulky water and not both.
I really like having the option for sure.
Yeah, offensive water hits a lot. There's not let's be real, a lot of grass types are not that good. At least I don't like a lot of grass types. But even water types.
Tangrowth, Shaman, Roserade, they're all pretty darn good grass types.
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of those water types also get Ice Beam, and depending on the offensive water type, it could hit like a truck against those grass types.
Yeah, I guess.
So, it's not like fire types. It's kind of like how certain fire types get Wild Charge, or Bolt Strike if you're Victini. But those fire types are a lot better than the ones who just don't get that coverage. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
His Z-Mons are Buffalant, Thunderous, and Greninja. Buffalant probably will never use a Z move if it's brought very often at all. But it has Reckless Head Charge and does a lot of wall breaking potential. It can be a weird setup, I guess. It doesn't really have the coverage for Z moves, but it has the the attack stat to hurt really hard if it really wants to. Probably not going to be using Z moves very often, but it's novel, I guess.
Yeah.
Marowak's another pretty hard-hitting wall breaker with Thick Club.
Yeah, then
same attack stat as Alolan Marowak, but ground type.
Yeah, it's a pretty good value pick. I really like Marowak, and fun fact, it's like top 3 favorite mons of mine, just like in general, not like competitively.
Not bad.
But Thunderous Incarnate as a Z-Mon too, pretty good with 111 speed, and then just the amount of coverage it gets with like Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave, Z Rain Dance.
Yeah, superpower. Lots of good moves.
Superpower.
The genies are really good Z move users in general.
Yeah. And that kind of falls into the same.
Mew's just a really nice pick here because one, it could be like Nasty Pass, it could be Agility Pass, it could be Rock Polish Pass, it could be a bunch of Baton Passers. It doesn't need to be a Defogger.
Yeah.
He has Decidueye as a Defogger. That's about it. But it doesn't need to be a Defogger because Decidueye is such a reliable Defogger for the most part. It doesn't need to be a rocker either. You have Red Steel, you have Marowak potentially to run rocks. You don't need to, Mew teams work really well when they're not pigeonholed into what they need to do. And I think this Mew has a lot of potential, especially with Baton Pass in mind. He has a lot of slow mons that can potentially wreck face if they get the Rock Polish boost to speed. He also has Decidueye, I think, who can also pass agility as well.
Yeah, it gets Baton Pass, and it gets Nasty Plot, so you could do a Nasty Plot.
I don't think it gets agility, but it gets Nasty Plot and Sword Dance for mons like Thunderous.
Yeah.
And
that was actually my last JBA game in the playoffs. Leo passed a Nasty Plot to Thunderous Incarnate, and I was just like, oh snap. I was like, what? Did not expect this.
This is actually a very similar team to Leo's, to be honest. He has Decidueye, he has
Thunderous.
He has Thunderous, he has Red Steel.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good core. They work well together.
And I like Slurpuff in general, and if he brings defensive Slurpuff at least 1 week, I will be happy because it has decent defensive bulk, and I like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Slurpuff
has Wish, it has Heal Bell, and it has serviceable bulk to be an actual just bulky fairy if you really wanted to.
I'm always surprised when Slurpuff doesn't get drafted. I feel like that's like a kind
It's like a high utility mon. It's like a super volatile sweeper, but it can also just do normal fairy things if you really need it to.
Yeah, it's one of those mons that I feel like should always be drafted, but sometimes it's not. I feel like
I don't know. Yep.
I don't think it was drafted last season.
I really want to see L5 use Slurpuff. I think he has the chops to use it.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably going to be at least one Slurpuff sweep. Hopefully.
Yeah, you can almost guarantee he's sweeping somebody with Slurpuff.
Well, hopefully it's not me week 2. But speaking of my team getting wrecked, let's go on to my team. You got your boy Moody, coach of the Westchester Weavile.
I'm gonna let you talk about your own draft, and then I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. So we got Thunderous Therian, Entei, Fortress, Hitmonlee, Musharna, Weavile, mascot pick, Suicune, Flygon, Porygon Z, Togekick, and Levani. All right. So basically, the idea behind this team is to either sweep with Thunderous.
I'd like to know.
No, it's the sweep with Thunderous, Porygon Z, or Weavile. Then to do that, kind of needed breakers. So I was like, all right, want to go with Entei, a mon that I feel comfortable with. And then, kind of wanted another legendary dog, wanted a nice bulky water that can also kind of just sit in front of teams. So, it was like, all right, let's go Suicune. And then Suicune is also another nice win con mon, especially if you got some calm minds up. And then, didn't want Suicune to get toxic, so had to go Togetic, because I kind of wanted, nice Heal Bell user. And
you have 3, I'm pretty sure.
I have 3. Who do I?
Togetic, Musharna, and Levani.
Oh, I was like, who's the third? Yeah. But then, draft kind of went off the rails with the Musharna pick. Not going to lie. Musharna...
Yeah, Musharna and Suicune kind of overlap a lot.
Well, I would say Musharna and Togekick overlap
more. Same with Togekick, too. They're both slow. They're both baton passers. They're kind of... You have a lot of similar Pokemon that overlap kind of in the similar places.
Yeah, I think of Musharna more similar to Togekick than Suicune, to be honest.
I mean, Musharna is, it's also used as like a calm mind, sit there and win the game with like stored power mon too. That's one of its things.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really draft that with that like intention. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind
Like
of
its two big sets are just utility tempo and which is like your togetic basically, and
yeah.
just sit there calm minded win.
Yeah, I basically drafted Musharna because I like
Musharna is a very, very, very valuable Pokemon. It's kind of awkward, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree. It's just a mon that I felt kind of comfortable with, and I kind of wanted to do more stuff with. And that's why I saw it on the board then, and I was like, man, I kind of want to like run it back because I did have it in another league, and I really liked it as a mon, and I wish I could have done a little more with it. And then I kind of wanted to try to get like do like calm mind baton passes to like Thunder.
You have some decent tempo. You have Togetic with baton pass. You have Musharna with baton pass. You have Flygon and Levani, I think, with U-turn.
Yeah. And Levani learned
Thunderous with Volt Switch.
Levani learns baton pass. I know that.
Baton pass too.
Yeah.
I know at the very least learns baton pass. I'd be hard pressed to find that it doesn't have U-turn. It is a bug type.
Yeah.
It should have U-turn.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, I know this team is not like the best team in the world.
It does not have U-turn.
Oh, it doesn't. Interesting.
No.
But it does get those nice SD passes. And then
it has baton pass.
Yeah, I draft. I mean, like Levani was more so for sticky webs to help, like two-step setup mons, like a Porygon Z or a Thunder Asterion, instead of having to run agility on either of those. Run Nasty Plot 3 attack, and then slow down a team like that, and then run House.
I could see it. I see potential in it. I just don't like it off the bat.
Yeah. No, I mean it's gonna definitely be like one of those teams where like I have to build correctly. Like I mean I can't like be a little lazy on the prep like on like certain teams.
Yeah.
But Hitmonlee is mon that I kind of always wanted to use for a full season. I had it.
I hate it as a rapid spinner, but like it hurts. It owls. You just reckless high jump kick, and if you hit it, it hurts.
I remember it did like. I remember what stood out to Hitmonlee for me. I was playing a team in another league. I had Mandibuzz, and I think Mandibuzz was like almost like fully Fizz Def, and it was like he did like Scarf reckless high jump kick, and it did like almost like 40%. I was like, oh my god, what is going on? Am I about to lose this like right now? But I like Hitmonlee as like an unburdened sweeper, also like a reckless high jump kick, Starf, mon to pair with Entei to break. Porygon Z, another like potential good breaker. And same with Thunder Asterion. Either of them could be breakers or sweepers, depending on the matchup. And then we got the mascot in the back, who with dark ice coverage.
Very good cleanup mon.
Yeah, very good cleanup mon that doesn't require a step of setup.
Yeah, but it can set up too if it wants to with Swords Dance.
Yeah, and I picked that as my Zmon mon because I didn't want to like I wanted the extra power with like something like Poison Jab or Low Kick, to really help the sweep with stuff breaking it.
Or like Aerial Ace even.
Yeah.
Whatever have you.
Yeah.
Or just like one really powerful dark move with Z Throat Chop.
Yeah, just like something just to help break that one mon that's stopping the sweep.
Yep. Z Porygon Z is the funnest thing to say ever.
Yeah, Z Porygon Z.
Adaptability Break Blitz hurts.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Where Z conversion is banned and all the Omni Boosts are banned. But
yeah, Porygon
does have very powerful breakneck blitzes.
I didn't realize that Porygon Z, like I just like never really paid attention to that mon. And I didn't realize that like Porygon Z was like base 135 special attack. And I was like, whoa.
Yep. It is very much out, like an agility set that
Yeah, the agility set is no joke. And then plus Flygon, like I kind of drafted Flygon more so. I was thinking of like Flygon as more so of a kind of a tweener in terms of the defense offense. Just because
it's not very powerful, but it has defog, it has momentum. It's kind of like a weird utility Dragonmon.
Yeah, and it's got an excellent.
But it can sweep with Dragon Dance if it really needs to. It needs like 2 or 3 to kind of really break through walls and like actually like sweep the game. But
I mean, don't sleep on Choice Scarf Outrage as a nice like late game sweep. Once like everything's
don't sleep on Choice Scarf Flygon. It's only its most common set.
Yeah, no, I mean, but as like an actual sweeper. Is what I'm saying.
I guess he can do a little bit. What is his base offense? It's not very high, is it? It could be higher than 100.
It's 100 attack.
It's exactly 100.
Yeah, it's 100 attack and then 100 speed and then
80 everything else, 100 speed.
Yeah, I mean, I know the speed with the walls is a problem. I will admit that that's a problem. I mean, Suicune.
I like having fast walls, and I don't like having like everything slow. Suicune's fast. It's pretty fast, right? It's 85.
Yeah, Suicune's 85, and then it just drops off a cliff from there.
As far as your speed from your walls goes, speed tiers in general also kind of awkward after Suicune, right? It goes from 80 to like 40, right? 85 to 40.
To Togetic is probably 40.
It goes from Suicune to 40,
and then it
goes from 85 to 40, then to 29.
230s, right?
That's a huge gap between 40 and 85.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This team is kind of interesting. It's a little different type of team that I would normally have. So I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I'll have to see what you do with it.
Yeah, I kind of was like, I was getting sniped left and right in this draft. I never really gotten sniped in drafts before, if that makes sense. Like usually I just like kind of go in with a general idea and I don't really like stay committed to him on. But like this draft, for whatever reason, I was getting like sniped like right before picks and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, what is going on?
Fun fact: L5 got everything he wanted before he gave me his plan, and he got everything he wanted on his plan.
Yeah, nah, this was not the everything on my plan kind of mon team. I mean, I don't really like make plans, if that makes sense, but I just kind of like have a general idea of what I want to do. But it was just like, I don't know, it was a little bit of massacre. But hey, I got my mascot, so fuck it, that's cool. All right, now
we'll have to see how that works out for you.
Yeah. So speaking,
what is our next team?
So we're going from one Weavile team to another Weavile team. We are going to new coach in the league, Chaos.
The big boss man from TBU. We got Chaos in the sky with his last professional experience being like a 25 win rate in PPL D2. Pretty solid. But we'll have to see how his team is. He is going to be rocking that Scizor, Nidoking, Delmize, Seismitoad, Liepard, Victini, Heliolisk, Aromatisse, Hariyama, Noivern, and Frogadier. He doesn't have very many setup mons.
Yeah.
That's very clear.
SD Scissor.
He told me himself that he doesn't like running setup because he always fucks up running setup. And
at least he's honest.
Like, that's neat, but he probably wants some setup just in case, just so people would have to prep for it, because he literally only has like Nasty Pop, Liepard, and Scizor, and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, what he lacks in setup?
He has the option for Trick Room too, with Aromatisse and Hariyama and whatnot.
What he lacks in setup, though, I mean, like he's got wall breakers.
He just has like a lot of very solid mons.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, like Noivern is his Z-mon, right?
Yeah, he has Z Noivern, Z Frogadier, and Z Victini.
Yeah, Z Victini can actually kind of be a setup mon, if that makes sense. If you run the Z Sunny Day with 3 coverage moves.
I guess. That could work.
Yeah, if you run like Z Sunny Day and then like a Blue Flare in the sun is going to hit. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I once ran that and I picked up like 4 kills right off the bat and then still lost the game somehow. But yeah, I mean Z Noivern. I'm a big fan of Noivern. Noivern's got an excellent speed tier, and it's got an
123 is a really good speed tier.
And its ability that goes with it with Frisk is actually really good with that speed tier, because then you know if someone's gonna outspeed you on a Choice Scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably
Frogadier has untapped potential. Nobody drafts it here, but it has a lot of potential.
Yeah, we allow Protean.
It is Protean Frogadier.
Yeah.
Has a decent speed tier at 97, which means it can get a lot of use out of Z moves, especially when it gets to Protean change.
Yeah.
I think it gets Protean change when it Z moves. It should, right? I haven't seen Greninja on the ladder, so I don't know if it uses Z moves or whatever it does.
Yeah, I haven't seen Z Greninja.
I don't know if
it's mostly
changes to the Z.
Yeah, most Greninjas on the ladder are either Life Orb or Choice Specs, like a Choice Specs Hydro Pump into Ash Greninja. But it's
fair enough.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool team. I like Nidoking too. Nidoking's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he has like a lot of very solid draft mons. Like he has Nidoking, Delmize, Seismitoad. Not a lot of people here like picking Seismitoad, but Seismitoad is a very solid Pokemon.
Yeah, it's got an awesome ability in Water Absorb, and then if you wanted to do like Liepard, Rain Dance, and then you turn into Seismitoad, then you get you can have a Rain Dance or like a Swift Swim Sweeper.
Seismitoad can also set up his own Rain Dance.
Yeah, I guess you're. Yeah, but you got to worry about that HP grass on the setup on the Rain Dance, right?
Yeah, I guess, but Tom did it before, and I'm pretty sure he got like 3 kills with it last season.
Yeah, he actually tried to do it to me. I remember doing that. Yeah, I remember that game. But Heliolisk, pretty cool mon too. I'm a big fan of Heliolisk. I'm a big fan of Victini, Heliolisk, and Nidoking like a lot. Like I love those mons, and Liepard too. Liepard is like probably my favorite tier 5 mon.
This is like literally like your favorite draft because it's your draft. Like this is your draft.team.
Yeah, I know. Like Noivern, Heliolisk, Victini, Liepard. Like
he picked all of your favorite mons.
Yeah, exactly. He knows. He knows who's making these draft videos. But yeah,
I think the team's decently solid. He doesn't really have walls per se. He has Aromatisse and like a lot of fat, bulky like tank mons, but not really walls per se.
Defense is gonna be tough, and I mean he might be like what we were talking about with like Fantasy's drafts, how Fantasy's team is like a team of attrition. Like this is a team that could get whittled down very quickly.
Yeah, especially with he does have Rapid Spin and Delmize, Defog, and Scizor. That's it, I think, from the looks of it.
Yeah.
But his team doesn't have reliable recovery outside of Aromatisse, and Aromatisse is going to be pulling triple, quadruple duty to healing up all these mons if he really wants to. It's like a weird, bulky offensive draft. And it does have a lot of offense, it does have a lot of bulk, but it doesn't really have walls, per se. And doesn't have the setup options, really, at all.
Yeah. Delmize doesn't get Shadow Sneak, right? I don't think it does.
I don't think it does.
Yeah,
it gets Shadow Claw.
It would be so much better if it got Shadow Sneak.
Well, yeah, you just run it like offensive because it has like base 120 attack or something.
Yeah, it would basically be like Doublade, where you run like SD.
Yeah, but like less garbage.
Yeah. I mean, I like Doublade, but yeah. But yeah, the speed,
130 base 130 attack. Ow.
Yeah.
All the ow.
Yeah, the speed is interesting with Liepard, Noivern, Victini, Heliolisk, decently fast.
It's not the worst speed I've seen, for sure.
Nice priority with Frogadier and Scizor. And Nidoking
gets... And Nidoking, technically.
Yeah, Sucker Punch.
Victini also has Quick Attack.
Yeah, I mean... hey, you never... Banded Quick Attack? That would be interesting to see. He could also... He could also
Hariyama has Bullet Punch, too.
Oh, true. Yeah, and it gets Mach Punch as well, right? It's one of the few mons that gets Mach Punch? Or does it only get Bullet?
Hariyama doesn't get Mach Punch.
Not a lot of mons get Mach Punch. It's like Breloom, Infernape, and then the Hitmons. And like...
Yeah.
Maybe missing one other.
There's a few, yeah. It's not too many Pokemon get Mach Punch.
Yeah. Yeah, but kind of cool draft. Kind of always excited for new coaches in the JBA.
Yep.
And then,
And I mean, he's my boss at TBU, so
yeah.
I mean, hard to say bad things about him because he is my boss.
Well, I do play him, so I'm looking forward for the Weavile matchup. So
for sure,
the Yankee Weavile versus down south Weavile. So, all right, next we have a team repping Canada from a guy from Colombia. We've got
Vancouver Kyogres.
The Vancouver Kyogres, coached by Tom Core. Tom's got a pretty nice team with Hydreigon, Primarera, Hitmontop.
Can you say that one again? What did you say? Like Primavera? What was that team?
Primarina. Whoops, sorry. It's like 12:30 here. Primarina, Hitmontop, Gorgeist, Lilligant, Jirachi, Volcarona, Miltank, Gligar, Drapion, and Electrode.
Yeah, so this follows that same bracket of I have one really fast one and then base 100. very common theme of a lot of these drafts.
Yeah. The problem with his mon that's over 100 though is it's Electrode, and it's kind of a bad mon. I mean,
I like Electrode.
I like it as like a mon, like a value pick, but it's not like some of the
It's
other.
not like it's not hitting hard.
Yeah, like you're not bringing
That's
it every
for
week.
sure.
And a lot of these teams that have like the 100 plus like a mon that's like a 120
Yeah.
plus is like the
Like
good.
basically all 115 and higher can just run Adamant because there's no way they're outspeeding an Electrode.
Yeah.
Not in any imagination they're outspeeding an Electrode, nor do they really care to outspeed an Electrode because it's an Electrode.
He's got a fair amount of hundreds too. He's got Jirachi, Volcarona, and Milk Tank.
Yeah, and anything 115 will be running Adamant. 115 or greater will be running Adamant or Modest and do a lot of damage to his defensive mons. I hate Lilligant as a Pokemon. I don't know what it gets with Z moves, but it literally has like grass and normal coverage, and that's it.
I feel like that's a recurring theme on Tom's drafts, is that he drafts like one really weird mon in terms of like tier 6 or tier 5, tier 6. You know?
Yeah. Like Lilligant does have Quiver Dance, it does have stuff, but like what coverage is it using with Z moves? Like I don't really want to know what Z Lilligant's gonna do.
Z Sleep Powder into Speed Boost?
Yeah, but it has Quiver Dance. Like why wouldn't you just Sleep Powder into Quiver Dance?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you can get the Z Sleep Powder and then maybe Quiver Dance again on the turn of sleep, right?
But he's like base 100 mon or base 90 mon. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna outspeed shit after a +1.
Honestly, you could have told me any speed that Lilligant was, and I would have believed you. I have like no frame of reference for Lilligant. I don't really know what it does.
It's base 90.
Yeah, I mean it's a little weird drafting Gorgeist and Lilligant, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, I guess it has like Leaf Storm. Like it literally has like its coverage is grass.
Yeah, Milk Tank, really cool mon, really awesome mon. Gligar.
Milk Tank is a very, very valuable.
Yeah, it's got 3 good abilities with Scrappy, Thick Fat, and Sap Sipper.
Yep.
It's very matchup specific. Hydreigon, obviously very good wall breaker. Primarina, really good wall breaker too, and nice special bulk. Really bad on the physical side, but you could.
Oh, it might be Z Healing Wish. Is that a thing? Z Healing Wish? I think that might be a thing.
Nah, Z Healing Wish isn't a thing.
It's not a thing?
No, it's I looked it up because I was thinking about Musharna. Like
Oh, this move will gain no additional effects.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's very much not a thing. As much of a thing as Z Stealth Rock.
Z Stealth Rocks gives you a nice speed boost.
Defense boost. Does not give you a speed boost.
Oh, you're right. Why was I thinking speed boost? Oh well.
Because you really like Z Stealth Rock.
I
don't know why.
I liked it on Necrozma because it was Z Stealth Rock's Necrozma, then Calm Mind up, and then use Store Power. That was the set, guys.
Iron Defense.
Yeah, but
Gets Iron Defense. If you really want to set up defense moves, freaking use Iron Defense.
Yeah, but you get the rocks too. You know, rocks always nice.
And you lose leftovers and like.
True.
No.
True.
No.
I did go defeated in that season, so I got what was coming to me.
Volcarona is a very good Zmon. Quiver Dance is a very scary thing with all the coverage that Volcarona gets, or just spam bug moves and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Volcarona is pretty fast too with base 100.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always figured
it's a weird team. I never see the value in Tom's teams, and then he always
Yeah.
Let him run his crazy weird teams.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of Gligar, but that's, I mean, like his walls. I guess Gorgeist is all right. Gorgeist and Gligar.
Gorgeist, his wall core is like Jirachi, kind of Miltank, Gligar. Like those are decent walls, pretty good walls for the most part.
Yeah.
Primarina can be run bulky.
Yeah, I guess Milk Tank with Thick Fat kind of pairs nicely with Gligar a little bit, because you can eat up those ice type moves.
Jirachi too.
Yeah, and him on top, I guess. But
it's kind of a weird team. I see no value in Lilligant. It's a weird mon. I guess it's like a threat technically, but
do you think this is the best Fairy Dragon Steel core in the draft?
Hydreigon, Primarina, Jirachi.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
Well, in this draft, I think it's...
Yeah, probably in this draft, probably the best Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Jirachi is hard to beat in any Fairy Dragon Steel Core, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
And Primarina...
definitely pretty solid.
If you run the specs Primarina, oh my god, Primarina set, like that hits like a truck.
Yeah, it's very, very ow.
Yeah, I mean, I was running calcs last week for Celesteela versus Primarina. Celesteela, max HP, max special defense, Hydro Pump specs from Primarina does like 55. Like, or something wild like that.
Primarina hurts. Primarina is very ow, and it has a very good typing as Water Fairy. This kind of has a take on Paul's Jirachi, Hydreigon, Sylveon thing that we've seen in TBU.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
he also had him on top, even though he brought it to one game.
Him on top.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice to have an Intimidate user, just to like help calm down Mons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, closing out this draft, we've got our last coach.
With the Skarbliss? We have the Skarbliss. The Skarbliss has landed. With
the Hellcore, Coach Dougals, Coach Dougie, coach of the New York Pokemon Rangers. And I'm not wearing my my Ranger hockey hat, unfortunately, right now. But
unfortunate.
But that's good. I don't want to be wearing this because he drafted Skarbliss. Like, but he
not only did he draft Skarbliss, he drafted a pretty good Skarbliss team.
Yeah, he drafted.
Not gonna lie.
He drafted Starmie, Crocodile, Galvantula, Gramble, Mismagius, Kieran Black, Skarmory, Blissey, Venusaur, Rhydon, and Montferno. This team pretty scary.
Yeah. He has a lot of scary Pokemon and also the stupidest wall core in the game.
Yeah, Skarbliss is like one of the most annoying wall cores to deal with ever.
I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna like playing Dougie.
No.
And he like Starmie Crocodile is a nice, really good combo.
Yeah, Crocodile
like offensive core, basically.
And he's got Galvantula too. Galvantula helps with Kieran Black a lot with sticky webs. And because usually that's one of the knocks on Kieran is it's just too slow.
He also has Z Galvantula, Z Mismagius, Z Kieran Black. Z Kieran Black is a very, very, very potent wall breaker with the full power freeze shock destruction base.
It's almost like Z Kieran Black would be good to break Skarbliss.
Well, too bad nobody's breaking Skarbliss. There's a couple mons that can break Skarbliss, but like Skarbliss is just annoying. It's not as good as it once was in its heyday, but like it's still a freaking annoying core to face.
Oh yeah, and then he's got 2 Intimidate users in Gramble and Crocodile, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, he has a very, very nice. I really like his offensive core in Starmie, Crocodile, and Kieran Black. Just a lot of power, a lot of speed.
Yeah, I like how he kind of. I mean, obviously with Skarbliss and then Rhydon and Venusaur, he kind of drafted nice.
Yeah, like he kind of like had a decent team and then also had Skarbliss just bonus.
Yeah, I always like when Starmie is.
Looks very similar to the team Cal drafted for TBU.
Yeah.
With the Crocodile Starmie core with as well.
Yeah. I always like when Starmie though is on teams where it doesn't have to be ran defensively. I always think Starmie's better in League offensively.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt Starmie has its best potential when you just literally can run like light orb for attacks and like win.
Yeah, I mean,
even in a matchup where Starmie forces switches, and you can't force switches against Analytic Starmie because rip.
Well,
that's gonna hurt.
Analytic, you have to go second, right?
What?
If you run Analytic, don't you have to go second to get the boost?
If you switch out, it gets. If you switch out on a Starmie, it gets the Analytic boost.
Oh, okay. Why was I thinking that what is there an ability where if you go second, you get a boost in power?
Well, that is Analytic. Like Analytic is if you go second, you get a damage boost of 1.3, but it also applies
to switches. Oh, okay. I thought I was going crazy there. Yeah, but yeah, Starmie hits hard. Crocodile hits really hard too. I've been like using Crocodile on the ladder more, and you know it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Not a lot of people like. I don't know why Crocodile is just a very, very strong draft pick mon that nobody in the JBA picks really at all. But
yeah. They always having like a really good offensive Darkmon is pretty valuable, especially. And now that see, this is one of the reasons why I draft Weavile, but since we're not having megas, Knockoff inherently is getting buffed. Because every mon is pretty much going to be running an item, except for maybe like Tornadus Incarnate running Acrobatics. Or like some other flying type mon. So knockoff is going to hit even a little that much harder.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty solid draft in general. The thing is, it doesn't have to be. It's not like completely gimmicky with Skarmbless. It doesn't need the Skarmbless to exist. It's just like has Skarmbless.
Yeah, and it's not super webs gimmicky either with Galvantula.
Yeah, there's like no gimmicks, but it has options, which is really nice.
There's no real definitive gimmicks, but there are gimmicks. Which is what you want, I feel like, in a draft.
One thing that's a little awkward is Monferno as your fire type, because you have to give up something to get your Kyurem, Starmie, Crooked Alcor, and he doesn't have a very good fire type. Monferno is serviceable. It has a weird stealth rock stuff that it can do, but it doesn't hit very hard at all. Not very bulky at all either. So you're missing out on that fire spammable nonsense, but otherwise I think it's a decently solid draft for sure.
Yeah, I wish he I wish I mean you might like Venusaur, but I'm not a real big fan of regular Venusaur. I wish he like kind of got a little better defense.
I think regular Venusaur is very potent if you run like chlorophyll sets. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't serve the same role as a Mega Venusaur for sure, but it's like a very potent offensive, like kind of like bulky offensive threat.
Yeah,
especially when you run like chlorophyll Sunny Day kind of nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know, something about it. Like, maybe I'm just like a hater in terms of grass mons. I'm not a big fan of like grass as a typing. I feel like there's like I don't like a lot of the grass mons except for like Mega Venusaur. That's about it. But yeah, I mean that's pretty solid draft. Now that we went over all the drafts, Jade, who do you think is the best? Who do you think has the best draft?
I don't even know. I don't think there's really best draft. There's like a handful of 3 or 4 that like are in the top.
Who's in the mix?
I think Leo would probably be my favorite draft.
Yeah, I would say Leo, Toulon.
Given a choice.
I would say Leo, Toulon, and probably Dougie. I would say those 3.
I didn't hear your third one. Leo, Toulon, and
probably Dougie.
Yeah, that's reasonable for sure.
Yeah, I really like Toulon's. I think Toulon's is my favorite just because I like the speed and the power.
I definitely think Mix's is the worst by like a pretty wide margin.
Yeah, probably. Mix is probably.
I like Fancy's team a lot too. I like L5's team a lot. It'd probably be for me. It'd be probably Dougie and Leo in my top 3.
Yeah.
I think Toulon has a little bit more of an awkward hazard situation.
Yeah, that's fair.
And L5's team is a lot more well-rounded as far as the mons go.
Yeah. Well, it should be a very interesting season. Can L5 4-peat, or will someone finally end his reign?
I think he'll actively try to not 4-peat because he wants to keep it at 3-peat. Like, just it doesn't sound good. 4-peat, it's like it doesn't sound nearly as good.
Yeah, but you gotta win the chip if you gotta win the chip.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically it from us.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I'll be going to more depth on my team in another video, and then battles will be going up a week after these videos go up. For my battles, I'll upload every single match on my side, and hope you guys enjoy the video, and hope you guys get to enjoy a little peep into JBA Season 5, Mr. Jade's Wild Ride. My name is Woody, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
See ya.